What's up guys? Welcome back to Run My Crypto, guys. We're gonna tear this video apart today. We have basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop it up and see what Bitcoin versus Litecoin looks like and why Litecoin has the upper hand on Bitcoin. If you really understand what is in this future for Litecoin, you're gonna understand that getting invested in this token is gonna be very key going into 2026. So make sure you guys watch all the way through to the end. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell notification. You guys don't want to miss this. We're gonna deep dive into why Litecoin could actually hit 15 grand based on the tokenomics and the utility that it has that basically trumps over Bitcoin. Let's get into this video. Guys, everybody says that Bitcoin is digital gold. Yes, that's very true. But how often do you take a piece of gold or a gold bar and go into a store and buy a cup of coffee, buy a meal? But if you actually have silver quarters, silver dollars, silver half dollars, you could actually buy something with this physical silver piece in your hand. That is what you need to understand. Why, yes, Bitcoin is becoming that gold standard, but Litecoin essentially is going to be a utility for people to use in order to purchase, right? So understanding that on how Litecoin is, yes, indeed a silver classification, silver category. So everybody says it's the silver, but silver is actually spendable, right? So understanding that is very key. Now looking at Litecoin, how is it better than Bitcoin? Well, we understand that Bitcoin it's a platform, it's a blockchain, but it's not as fast as Litecoin. It's not as scalable as Litecoin. And there's a privacy policy behind Litecoin that Bitcoin does not have. So these are key indicators showing us that Litecoin is the future. There are very low fees when it comes to using Litecoin. So that's key too, because if you want to use something and you want a lot of people to use it and you want a lot of people to adopt into it, it has to be easy to use, fast to use, and it has to be cheap. Okay. All right. Tech advantage, right? We have MimbleWimble. So we're going to get into that in another video because Litecoin is going to be on the forefront of Run My Crypto videos. Jasmine obviously is one of the greatest projects that I think is in a data sector. But when it comes to store of value, supply, something that's going to be, there's an opportunity for you guys to get into Litecoin. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. There's an opportunity to get in at a very low cost. If you look into comparison, Litecoin is around 80 bucks. Bitcoin is about 80,000. So you have $80 versus 80,000. Who has the ability to purchase, if you think about it, if you purchase 10 grand into Litecoin versus 10 grand into Bitcoin, you're multiplying your amount of holdings for Litecoin versus not even owning one full Bitcoin with 10 grand. So that's key, right? Big institutional money can do it. Retail, not so much. But the return on investment for retail investors against Bitcoin in these times, in these situations where you guys are at, is probably geared more to you wanting to buy Litecoin because of the price. But is it just speculation? No. We're going to break it down. I'm going to get into supply, okay? Supply and what the demand could be created with Litecoin as well. Market cap on, let's look at real market. I don't know how far this is recorded, but I was just like racing through here. So looking, okay, Bitcoin 88,000. Litecoin is $78. Supply, max supply 21 million BTC. Market cap 1.76 trillion. Market cap $6 billion. $78 in Litecoin. This is what you need to look at. 84 million supply. Supply is limited. Max supply 84 million is Bitcoin adoption, right? We need Bitcoin adoption. All-time high. Look, all-time Bitcoin $125,000. $125,000 Bitcoin. 76 in volume. Market cap $2.4 trillion. Bitcoin adoption, Bitcoin EFTs, Bitcoin treasuries, Okay? Bitcoin, public companies, Bitcoin treasuries. So these are holdings based on, this is, okay, this, snap back. Snap back. This is Bitcoin adoption. Do I have to paint it out? Do I have to really speak on all of this? This is Bitcoin adoption, right? Phase 1. Not phase 2, phase 1 of Bitcoin adoption, when everything else is going to adopt. Litecoin's going to adopt. XRP's going to adopt. Ethereum's going to adopt. Solana's going to adopt. XLM's going to adopt. QNT's going to adopt. Jasmy's going to adopt. VET is going to adopt. World Liberty Finance is going to adopt. Cellframe's going to adopt. Plume is going to adopt. Pendle is going to adopt. Sui is going to adopt. What else? Much more is going to adopt in phase 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's what you need to realize, right? Bitcoin adoption. Everybody thinks we should have been here by now. Everybody thinks we've hit this by now. But we're not. I think we're barely in these levels right here. Because Bitcoin looks like this, right? If we go from depression down here all the way up, that looks like our Bitcoin rally. Breaking over here. Everything else is trailing behind. I think our altcoins are right here. And it's just been looking like this for altcoins. Bitcoin looks like this currently right now. I mean, if you take a good look at the chart, Bitcoin all time, this is what Bitcoin looks like. Altcoins falling behind. Meme coins have been doing the same crap for I don't know how long already. They had small pumps, came down. They're just doing this. Major altcoins are looking like this. Some of them are breaking into this level. So we still have this entire run ahead of us. But what is taking so long for us to get to this level right here is essentially Bitcoin adoption and every country buying into Bitcoin and kicking this off. This is why I'm saying Litecoin, in my opinion, has a perfect opportunity to get to this specific price prediction that I'm going to talk about. Adoption kicks in. When Litecoin adoption kicks in and this platform, this website is getting utilized, when the adoption starts to pour in like Bitcoin and this price, and this goes to 1 trillion, and we get a piece of that action, there's without a doubt, based on our 84 million supply, and we look at the numbers of let's say $1.5 trillion comes into Litecoin adoption. Now, we know it's going to happen because Bitcoin is being adopted and ready to be the backing to financial support amongst every country, every continent. Bitcoin is basically going to generate a store of value for everybody. So let's say if we get that $2 trillion goes into Litecoin, which it is digital silver. So we know, here's the facts at the table. Bitcoin is gold. Litecoin is silver. Gold has been at $4,000. Silver's been at a couple hundred. Bitcoin goes to 120,000, right? But we know that Bitcoin is going to go to 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000, and many investors, big companies, Larry Fink, everybody, MicroStrategy, Raoul Pal, Trump, everybody knows that Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million. That would be our gold. How can we not figure, if we had $2.2 trillion go into Litecoin, the Litecoin would not be worth $15,000. That's where I believe that Litecoin will head to, $15,000. when Bitcoin starts to go into your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800,000 to a million, because we're going to have trillions of dollars being printed. We're going to have trillions of dollars flowing into cryptocurrency. And when cryptocurrency gets to that $15 trillion cap and Bitcoin holds maybe 10 of it or 8 of it, Litecoin second in line with better transactions, lighter speeds, faster speeds. There's a lot of utility. It's a privacy coin. When those trillions go into Litecoin, you're going to see that $15,000. Right now we're sitting at $78. You're going to wish you had got it at $78. Then you're going to wish you had bought it at $1,000. Then you're going to wish you bought it at $5,000. And then you're going to wish you bought it at 15, 50, 75, etc. Do you see where we're going? Bitcoin has been adopted. It already launched. It's phase 1, phase 2's your Litecoin, your XRP, and all the other altcoins that I mentioned. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. Stay tuned, because we're going to be talking about MimbleWimble. That's going to take Litecoin to the next level. God bless you guys. Stay tuned. Keep those notifications on. Run My Crypto, the blueprint. Check out the links in the description. Take care.